and 127 million naira fraudulently diverted from the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, that is NIMASA, to the federal government. Now, Justice Ogundare gave the judgment on Tuesday while granting an application for such orders filed and moved by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. And let us also know that the Minister of Power, in the person of Adebayo Adelabu, as at yesterday, had called on governors in the north to fight against electricity assets vandalization. Right now, this is coming on the heels of the recurring vandalization of transmission towers in the northeast. All right, that is something, right? And let's also give it to you that the Vice Chancellor, Federal University Dutsima, FUDMA Katsina State, Professor Aramaya and Mario Bichi has alleged that some of the university staff are serving as informants to bandits. Oh, that's not nice. Now, briefing newsmen on Tuesday, Bichi said the contacts of suspected staff had been given to a security agency for further investigation. If this is true, then what do Nigerians do Nigerians? Anyways, the House of Representatives on Tuesday asked the federal government to suspend implementation of the Samoa Agreement, which has sparked arguments in the last few days. Now, the House also resolved to scrutinize the agreement signed by the federal government on June 28, 2024 to ascertain if there are contentious clauses therein, right? Y'all shouldn't plunge it into the LGBT. I'm just saying. Okay, I guess that's what Nigerians are saying right there, and that's why there should be a review, a thorough check, just to be sure. But then, as part of efforts to address the food crisis in the country, the federal government is sending 60 trucks of fertilizer to each of the states of the federation. Nice, you would say, wouldn't you? It says each of the 109 senators will also receive 2 trucks of fertilizer for distribution to farmers in their constituents. All right, while the 360 members of the House of Representatives will get 1 truck each to distribute to their constituencies. All right, I see. All right, and let's give it to you, the fact that a drug baron on the wanted list of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, identified as Joaquin Mbonu, has been arrested. Really now? Okay, that's something good from the NDLEA. Well done. Mbonu was arrested by operatives of the NDLEA in his village mansion in Imo State on July 5. Oh, nice. A statement on Tuesday by the agency spokesperson, Femi Babafemi, said Mbonu was arrested along with his associate. Oh, it was not just the only one. I see. There was an associate arrested too. Nice. Y'all should use these ones now to catch every other syndicate in the process, please. Okay, thank you. Okay, nice. All right, let's get on to the fact that 6 yet to be identified persons have been killed in a multiple fatal road crash that occurred by Green Energy Oil and Gas Station by Eke Agu along the Agulu Agu Road in Anocha, local government area of Anambra State. Wow, quite a number of native names right there. It was gathered that the crash, which occurred at about 10 a.m. on Tuesday, involved about 11 persons and 3 vehicles, including a motorcycle. Well, I know I've said this before. I said, especially at this time, when the rains are upon us right there, please let us be road worthy and road conscious, please. And then to think that this happened at 10 a.m., not even 10 p.m. Please, come on, let's be watchful. And when the driver is trying to perform an 007 on you on the roadways, please, you can advise him, slow down, Buck. Biko, Ejo, the Allah, I'm begging you, slow down. If he refuses to slow down, don't think about the money, just step out. That's just it. Alight, and save your life. All right? Okay, well, anyways, the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian University, SANU, and the Non-Academic Staff Unions of University, NASU, at the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi, staged a protest on Tuesday calling for the immediate dismissal of the Ministers of Education and Labor and Productivity. I see. Now, they accuse the ministers of failing to address their grievances despite multiple promises. Okay, you heard that now already. Well, anyways, let's jump into it already. Let's jump into it and bring it into your eardrums now. The fact that, yes, we'll be looking at the front pages of Nigerian newspapers. You want to dig with me? Let's get it on. All right, looking at these dailies, I see the Nigerian Tribune, the Punch, the Daily Trust newspaper, the Vanguard newspaper, the Nation newspaper, the Guardian newspaper, and we'll start with the Guardian newspaper. All right, the big story on the front page of the Guardian newspaper: new ministry added to every other ministry of finance, ministry of health, ministry, quite a lot of ministries, but there's a new ministry coming up right there. Tinubu woos herders with livestock ministry, increases fiscal strain. Page 6, you would find that story. And to this one right here says, Senate raises alarm over empty food reserve, warns of imminent protest. You see that? Empty food reserves. Page 3, you would find that story. And now to see this one right here, it says NBA allays concerns over Samoa agreement as reps orders suspension. Page 6, carrying that story now to page 15. I see this one. It says federal government enlists NSA military to secure power infrastructure against vandalism. And to page 7, farmers decry sale of Ondo Forest Reserve to firm. All right, NNPCL to borrow another $2 billion crude backed loan. Page 5 has got that story now. Witness tells court how Emefiele moved funds to wife's coffers. All right. I didn't know that there was another coffer apart from the TSA account, the joint account, the federal government account. There is a wife's account. Well, anyways, you want to go see that story right there. Witness holding a brief against Emefiele right there in court. And page 5 heralds that story at the base. We are moving away. And seeing this one right here, it says Kwasu expels 175 students for theft, possession of firearms, others. Oh, I see. Okay, now let's bring another one to you right now. This one right here would be, I think that's the end. That will be the end with the Guardian newspaper as we move away from the Guardian newspaper now and bring yet another one to your eardrums. And I see this one. It says, on minimum wage, labor hopeful of better deals. Okay, so you should find the story on... well, it's started on the front page of the Nation newspaper, but it is continued on page 2 of the Nation newspaper. It's got just one writer to it. We are in talks to ensure submission of bill soon, says TUC president. All right, let's get to the base of the Nation newspaper. The man died, resurrects on Lagos stage. All right, page 13, you would find the story. To page 27 right now, Air Force promotes, retires 4 officers. Okay, that is something, and you should go check it out. And this one says Tinubu relieves fond memories of mom at play presentation. Oh, okay, I see that one now. That one, of course, is continued on page 2 of the Nation newspaper. Started, of course, from the front page of the Nation newspaper. Seeing this one, it says government to pay 36 month salary arrears of Unity School teachers. All right, page 3 has got that story now. Yet another story that is continued on page 2, which I would say is a popular page with the Nation newspaper for today. How Emefiele moved millions to wife by witness. All right, it's got one writer to it. Court fixes Tuesday for ruling on ex-CBN boss's request to travel. Right, Emefiele had said, well, can I travel please for my health, for health reasons, for health issues right there? Can I just travel? Y'all can, put all of the necessary security involved. They can be all around me, no problem, but I need to go outside the shores of Nigeria because based on what I am feeling, I don't think that we have the infrastructure to handle it, to put me all together. I'm broken. I'm falling. I'm breaking down right now. But well, it's not been given that. Sorry. Anyways, you find that one on page 2, continued, of course. And to page 4 now, just above the Nation newspaper banner, you would find FAN subsidizing 19 unviable airports, says CEO. To page 4, federal government gets Ministry of Livestock Development. I see. I like it, though. I like it. And now to page 4, varsity workers protest over outstanding pay rocks campus. Okay. And to this one, NPAN expresses concern over safety of who? You want to find out who these persons, are given due concern? All right, page 4, it will be right there. Moving away from the Nation newspaper, giving you the Vanguard newspaper. Big story on the front page, 400 billion naira oil production shortfall threatens 2024 budgets. It's got 3 riders following that one now. Federal government's tackling issues. Presidency says 2 million barrels per day production achievable. Gary is saying that one. And the last one too, that one is Nigeria needs to attract contractors back. All right, IOCs have got that to say, and that story you would find on page 5 is the big story with the Vanguard newspaper. Just above the Vanguard newspaper banner now, I'm talking about the peak, the apogee, the heights, the zenith, the top of it, right? And that will be scarcity, fuel shortage, queues worsen in Lagos, Abuja, others. Page 20 has got that story. Now to page 20 again, looking popular if you ask me. NNPC seeks $2 billion oil-backed facility to finance operations. Now to page 4, it says Tinubu creates Ministry of Livestock Development. It's got one writer to it. Ministry can end herders, farmers, clashes, banditry. Arewa Economic Forum has got that to say. To yet another one from page 4, still at the top, the apex, the apogee of the front page of Vanguard newspaper. You would find this one, withheld salaries. SANU, NASU, crippled nations' varsities. Oh, they cripple. Page 4, right there, you can feel the venom. They cripple, right? With that one. Now let's go to the stomach infrastructure area or region of the Vanguard newspaper now. Suspend some more agreement implementation. Reps tell federal government, and it's got one writer to it. No clause for federal government to recognize LGBTQ rights. NBA is saying that. Page 9's got that story. Hunger. Nigerians losing patience. Senate tells Tinubu. This might just be a reflection indeed of how Nigerians are feeling right now. Page 4, you would find that story. And would that be all for the front page of the Vanguard newspaper? Okay. NPAN calls for release of abducted journalists. You should find that one on page 26. And for the sport lovers right there, Super Eagles, NFF wants Pesero back. I see. All right, just moving away from the Vanguard newspaper right now, let's bring yet another one into your audiovisual consciousness, and that would be the Daily Trust newspaper. Suspend some more agreements implementation. All right? Reps tell federal government. That is a big story on the front page of the Daily Trust right there. It's got a couple of writers. We are studying what they said, federal government says. Ita Inang asks National Assembly to sue executive. And this one, ministry reports, Daily Trust, okay, to ombudsman. I see. Really? Y'all in trouble now? And to this one, we're privy to deal. NBA says gender clauses have broad interpretations. Lawyers have got that to say. All of it under the big story. Suspend some more agreements implementation. Reps tell federal government. All right, that story is found on page 4. Now to page 25. I've got sharp eyes. Filling stations to operate longer hours to aid supply. NNPC has got that to say now. Nupeng Pengason support Dangote refinery, urge federal government to investigate IOCs. All right, you should find that on page 21. And to page 28 now, Northwest Development Commission bill ready for presidential assent. Senator Barrow has got that to say. Now to page... I won't even lie, I can't see this one. Sorry about that. It says Tinubu Mills, creation of Ministry of Livestock Development right there. All right, so this one says some of our staff are bandits, informants. Okay, Katsina State, is saying that, well, in Katsina rather. And you should see this one. It should be on page 14 or 34 if I'm not mistaken, yeah. And to this one now, page 13, it says El Rufai's ex-commissioners counter Kaduna Assembly's report with financial details. With financial details? Wow. Alrighty. Okay, El Rufai, how do you get out of that one now? Page 11 now, this is going to be the last one. Oh, I beg your pardon. Page 21, bandits kill 5 soldiers, set truck ablaze in Kaduna. Did I just read what I read? Bandits kill 5 soldiers, set truck ablaze in Kaduna. Okay. Now, I'm moving away from that one right now. Let's get on to the Punch newspaper. The Punch newspaper, big story, fuel crisis lingers as NNPC seeks fresh $2 billion crude-backed loan. Page 25, you should find that story. It's got 2 writers to it. NNPC in talks for another oil-backed loan to boost its finances, says Kiari. And second writer to that big story, oil firm wants new loan against 30,000 to 35,000 barrels per day of crude production. All right, let's take that one again. Oil firm wants new loan against 30,000 to 35,000 barrels per day of crude production. All right, where would you find that story? Page 25. Let's get to the stomach infrastructure region of the Punch newspaper. Nigerian drug baron flees South Africa, arrested in Imo mansion. Okay, flees South Africa and he gets arrested in Imo mansion. All right. This page is not so clear right there, but you might want to go find that story out and dig it all up. All right, to this one at the base of the Punch newspaper banner now. Front page. I mean to say, court orders forfeiture of NIMASA funds diverted under Jonathan government. All right, that's something good. Now, page 10, it's got that story. Page 24, rescue abducted Kaduna journalist families. NPAN tells federal government. Still at the base right now, how Emefiele awarded CBN contracts to own companies. Witness has got that to say. And you should find that story on page 24. Now, just to the side of the Punch newspaper banner, Samoa agreement reps demand suspension of as NBA faults same-sex allegation. Let me take that one again. Samoa agreement reps demand suspension as NBA faults same-sex allegation. Page 2 is carrying that story right now. Just above the Punch newspaper banner now, NEF demands grazing reserves as Tinubu plans livestock ministry. Page 13 has got that one. And to page 25, blackout. NERC rolls out tough sanctions against discos. All right. Okay, see this one now. It's going to be the last one I'll be taking now. Page 25 as well. Looking popular if you ask me. 19 Nigerian airports not viable. FAN has got that to say. FAN as in FAAN, okay? That's what I'm saying. All right, now to the very last one that will be taken just before we get to hear from you, Nigerian Tribune newspaper it is. And the big story, Tinubu kicks off reform. Development of livestock sector creates ministry. All right, it's got 2 writers to it. To name minister soon. And the second writer, Jiga, replaces Ganduje as Reform Implementation Committee Chairman. Oh, now page 3 has got that story now. Only 3 of 22 airports viable, others subsidized. Fan is saying that. Page 5 has got that story. Page 8, page 19, NDLEA arrests wanted drug baron in village mansion. Recovers meth, precursors, guns. Well, okay. Expectedly, right? Now, to this one, page 5, reps back bill seeking to reserve special slots for women in National Assembly, state assemblies. All right, that's a yay if you ask me now. Orosaye report. Follow due process. Senators tell federal government. It's got 2 writers to that one. Oppose scrapping of videos censors board. Second writer, want laws establishing merged MDAs reviewed. Page 3 is carrying that story now. At the base of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, police to charge man who climbed 120 feet mast with attempted suicide. Incitement. All right, page 26. It's got that story now. Page 19. SANU, NASU members stage nationwide protest over withheld salaries. And to this one, page 4, still at the base. Protests rocks Ondo as farmers kick against alleged sale of farmlands. All right. Now, just above the Nigerian Tribune newspaper banner now, Pengasin Nupeng writes Tinubu to investigate Dangote's allegation against IOCs. All right, page 13 is with that story. And the last one that I'm taking right now, reps urge federal government to halt Samoa agreement implementation. All right, page 4 is carrying that story. It's got just one writer to it. No gay rights requirement in Samoa deal. All right, NBA is saying that. All right, it's a capiche now to the front pages of major Nigerian newspapers. You heard it already. This will be the time for you and I to go conversational. Let me know your 2 cents to which of these headlines jumps at you, pops at you, tickles your fancy, or begs for your reaction. You can call the studio number, which is 0907 353 0044 or 0908 766 8888, and the WhatsApp portal number is 0909 705 4450. Whatever it is that you might be sending as a voice note, please keep it within the perimeters, the timing of 1 minute 30 seconds, or at most 1 minute 35 seconds right there. And yes, we would have a great conversation. Why? Because every other family member deserves to have their voice heard. Right, taking this call now. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, please.
Moses, that was a night.
That's right, slept well, Moses. Trust you had a good night's rest.
Yeah, thank you, God bless you.
All right, talk to me, Moses.
Bennett told Tinubu that Nigerians are losing
patience.
I think it's not the issue of national needs. Nigeria has already lost patience already. Right from Buhari, Nigeria has been under patience. So remember, they should find what is needful to quiz the challenge of this country. It's not holding Tinubu as number one citizen to be responsible behind the challenge of the country. It's a holistic work. It's a joint effort. So they know what they should do. They should know what they should do. Then another thing again, the issue of this man, the police now file a lot of things against him, and many other things that they say are related to culture. Something must be done regarding to that issue. That is the evidence to tell you that there's a lot of challenges on the ground. Then finally, the issue of livestock. What is the position of the Minister of Agriculture? What are those ministries for? Creating more ministries that are discussion and live ministries. So all these things, they should bring some things that will create another platform that some of Nigerian money will be going there.
Okay. Thank you, Moses, for that one right there. Don't create another thing that you cannot manage effectively, and then taxpayers' monies will just be going like that. Moses is saying, hello, good morning.
Good morning, UD.
Yes, good morning to you, please.
Good morning, Mr. Lassie. Good morning, all our wonderful callers and listeners. Right. Felix from Lambert.
Felix, welcome aboard. Talk to me.
I don't know, UD. Are we joking in this country that we are talking about Orosonya report, where it's a situation where we cut costs in governance, and at the same time we are creating another ministry again? Well, I don't know. But let me suggest to Mr. President that there is also a ministry that remains, Ministry of Anti-Terrorism, Ministry of Entertainment and Culture. You can as well go on creating and creating. And while the people suffer and the people cry and we cannot pay minimum wage and all that, we have gotten a Ministry of Petroleum that we don't know what it is all about. They can as well create also Ministry of Gas, Ministry of Plastic, all that. Just multiply the ministries.
Right.
If I call Ministry of Petroleum, Ministry of PMOS. Thank you and God bless you.
Okay, Felix right there. All right, saying that what is all the ministries putting together for when we already have the ministries that should tend to issues? In fact, other ministries should be merged, and we are creating more. Aren't we just creating more problems now? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good voice.
Good morning to you, my brother. Welcome aboard.
My name is Solomon Language, Kotamanagada.
Right, Solomon Language right there. Welcome aboard. Talk to me.
I just got to appreciate you for the good work you're doing, sir.
Oh, thank you, my brother. Thanks.
My regards to your family, sir.
Regards to yours too. Thank you. Being very thoughtful right there, Solomon Language. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. U&D.
Good morning to
my
you
brother.
too.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, please. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, my name is U&D.
Oh, U&D.
I am calling you right now in Asokoro,
Right.
Abuja.
Welcome aboard. Talk to me. Let's get into it.
Yes, what tickles my interest, what you see this new ministry that was yesterday, the presidency created the new Ministry of Livestock Development. For me, my brother, is a very good move.
Okay.
That should be the problem of the cattle rearers and the farmers. I think it will be very good for that.
Okay.
Having said so, you see, the other problem we are having, you see, Emefiele, he withdraw some money from the federation to his own personal account. Emefiele shouldn't be the only person that should be, in that particular case.
Okay.
Some other people supposed to be, from the Aso Rock. Most of his counterparts there are there. Even Emefiele himself, he was living in Aso Rock, if I'm not mistaken. So, what I'm saying in essence is that, you see, it's right time our government, come, let's cut down costs. Our constitution is not, effective. To be frank, my brother. If our constitution is effective, my brother, most of these problems we will see, everybody will sit up. That's my take, my brother, this one. I don't want to talk too much because of my doctor report.
All right, I get that. Thank you so much. Appreciate that one from you. You've given your take and you're being honest with it. Taking more calls right now. Hello and good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, please. Good morning to you, Bright.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Federal government creates Minister of Cattle or what? Let's talk. What is the work of Minister of Agriculture? Is it any people that use violence? It seems that in Nigeria, everybody that use violence in Nigeria gets his wish. But if you go under negotiation, it comes under the law. They pursue you to the end. If you go to court, you won't even get the judgment you deserve. If they let them continue creating any type of vision they want, let them continue duplicating it. Our cost of running governance in Nigeria is high. They are still making it high. I hope now they will still give another minister they give another minister post there. They will continue. And again, just like the last caller said, it's only a Emefiele that had the home loan in Central Bank. No other body. Only Emefiele, his wife, his children, his uncle, his grandchildren, his great-grandchildren, the generation that had the new one in the Central. Nobody again. No one that gave him direction. No people that is signing. All the home money that was from there is Emefiele. Let them continue their wish. We are still in Nigeria. It is some they say it's turn by turn Nigeria. We are waiting for everybody's turn. Right. That lives in Gaza, don't through stones. We are looking at them.
Some strong, powerful statements to round up your thoughts right there. Those that live in glass house don't throw stones, you say. Bright. Anyways, taking this one now. Hello, good morning.
Yes. Tomorrow, by this time, you know, beat my guy, we go fight for that radio. We go meet our appointment. Maybe we go give the appointment.
Right.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Biggie Blessing.
Awesome.
I call it from Otaco. I just laugh. You see, I will see that they happy. Say, Minister, President, he appoint another Tiba. When I know just an action we want. Yes, the action we want.
Okay.
We are see.
Okay.
They clap like this when you select people. Now action we want. Okay, you appoint all this one now. What of new people, what people were they did before? How they take how the people where you appoint by itself? Not be to appoint, that to put eye. Not be to just appoint, you just go the last. It's not done in that way. The way people appointment to do. Okay, we have Minister of Food. We have Minister of Petroleum, and we are suffer. We have Minister of Agri. We are suffer now. You are busy. I put another one, but I know condemn it too. But how you go to monitor these people whether they are working well? We have been crying of the issue of organ. Nobody can take care of us. But I know you want to try, sha. But I know crap on me. I know there are more of people where they go crap. Unless I see.
Okay.
Let I see first. I know say you try, but it market go and see people now still no motor. Come on, bread where we dey buy. No bread now. Since last week till now. What do we do now? We are beg. See, I tell you for this video, we not dey beg anybody to give us our food. It's our right. That fertilizer now when they say me they give one seller, poor man can get it. But senator go share, they go see seller between themselves. Go shop, they go say price of fertilizer don't increase. Farmer cannot get it. Maybe we not just deceive ourselves. That money, make they put up for farm. Everybody they go buy for with the waka for road.
Okay. With
the fresh water they drink. With the go market. Please, stop waiting. We want here, not be to crap. They go just announce. We go they crap. They go take our question down. See, we are hungry. We are best. Me self are the best.
Okay.
Not be to our point. Have to monitor the people. Bye bye.
Baby, calm down. Sorry. Just calm down a bit. Yeah, I get it. Emotions will run high. Sentiments will run deeply. But yes, please, as much as you can, keep it on the low. Right, it's still Eagles Morning Risers, the pages where we do a newspaper review, not just from my end. You and I engage in it, and of course, talk about which of the headlines from the front pages of major Nigerian newspapers appeals to us in one way or the other. All right, taking this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you. Yes, welcome aboard, my brother. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is GB.
GB, welcome aboard.
Yes. Federal government creates Ministry of Livestock Development. Yes, that's one of the best that will happen to Nigeria. People have been saying, where would they get the money, where would they employ the staff? They don't need to employ the staff. Half of the Ministry of Agri consists of Ministry of Livestock.
Right.
I think they have up to 4 or 5 directors there in charge of. And they have some institutes under livestock, veterinary institute and other institutes who are taking care of, who are in charge of livestock. So it's not something to create and look for people to employ. The people that will be there are already there.
Okay.
And I don't bring a new minister. I don't need to bring a new minister. They have a minister of state in Agri just for him to come and head the livestock ministry. Livestock development have been bring to us. I'm not giving enough attention in Nigeria.
Right.
That's why you always look at talk of cow and herd. You look at the Fulani. If you well developed, anybody can go into dairy business, into livestock business, and livestock business is not only about cow, chicken, the fish, and a lot of other things are into it. Piggery are into livestock. But this thing are not getting government attention all this while.
Right.
That's why they don't have much in it. Some countries today depend on their export on dairy. They export, they earn money from dairy. How much do we earn from livestock export in Nigeria? Even the milk they produce for us is not even enough. And I'm not getting enough from our cows. Enough is in the hard time we develop that sector and boom our economy.
Okay.
And there are great value chain attached to it. So you can do it very well.
Okay.
And the issue of the elder farmer also be put to rest. By now, cows don't be moving around in Nigeria. No, by now, at this stage, cows move around Nigeria. So let them develop that industry and make it well functioning.
All right,
GB.
GB.
Can go to that business and make a living there.
All right, GB, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate that one from you. You've given some, solutions to that. Hello, good morning. Please turn off the...
That's what I'm struggling to do. I'm having issues with my building.
Yeah, you might want to move away from it. That's the point.
Is it okay now?
Yeah? Hello?
Is it okay now?
Okay, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Usman. I'm calling you from Jabi.
All right, Usman, welcome aboard. Talk to us.
Thank you, dear. Yeah. You see, I think the creation of this ministry is a good development.
Okay.
But I'm scared with the perception that is going on now. You know what they say? Your perception is your reality.
Right.
People are doing it as if the ministry was created because of herders and farmers. And if it's herders and farmers, now you are talking about cattle, owners of cattle. So then I say, I think the ministry was created and farmers. No, it is livestock. People that are into piggery, They have rights in that place. And the minister cannot be sent. It's not only for someone that come from the north. No, it can come from anywhere. So let us not give that impression as if the minister was created for certain category of people that are certain category of livestock. No, it's for everybody. Even piggery, even dog farm, it's your ministry. So there have been no segregation because you said my religion does not allow this, my religion does not allow that. So we should try to disabuse our mind and not to allocate this military to a particular livestock.
Okay.
That's my contribution.
Okay. Thank you so much for that one right there. You've opened eyes to understanding. Thank you, Usman. And we're still taking your calls. Let's take this one, and then, of course, we'll get to the WhatsApp portal. Hello. Good morning. Yes, please, my brother. Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, please.
Our
Fine, my brother. Fine. Thank you. Original Fulani man. Welcome aboard. Talk to us now.
Yes, sir. First of all, please, I want to greet our incoming senator, Mr. Salashi, and our elder, Onojaye Indurumi, our state elder man, Laju Usman Daura, all of you and all our callers in this platform, I greet them.
Right.
Rudy, let me just make it briefly.
Okay.
Yes, sir. The issue of this creation of this ministry, we cannot talk against it. You understand? But you know, it is only Almighty Allah will help us in this country. You can remember the past administration, the first time was there like 3 ministries in 1 minister. You understand? Was the time that 1 ministry under 1 minister, like a Ministry of Work, Housing, that and this power, all I think is for under 1 minister from Lagos.
Okay.
That's Fashola.
Okay.
And many ministry was, you understand? So you can see now they are more creating another ministry. So we cannot talk against, but we know that we have Ministry of Agriculture. But our own that always we are begging, we are pleading in this government. We are begging in the name of Allah. We don't know our own offense that deserve this kind of problem that we are facing. Look at this problem of oil. You can see one senator is crying now that the House president now is another problem. The other is short. Most of ministers they cannot see him. Most of them are the National Assembly. Then tell me how this country will move forward. If the president, the door is not open for the ministers and the National Assembly to tell you what the country is facing, then how do we going to get it right, Master Yudi?
Right.
You can see we are here. Don't forget which country that the president has reduced his salary to. I think it's 40% or what that I'm hearing that they are doing. You can see the president of I think Kenya wait and do protest, listen to the people. So I don't know why Nigeria, why do we get it wrong? Is it we the masses or from our leaders? But we cannot stop to pray in our country. We pray in Almighty Allah give us a good leader who
Okay.
have Nigeria and Nigeria at heart. But always we are praying, we are shouting, we are calling, but like they are not seeming to listen for what we are saying.
Right.
But Almighty Allah see us through. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Still appreciate that one. You've got your thoughts out there. Well, anyways, where shouldn't we just get onto the WhatsApp right about now and see what our family members are saying via the WhatsApp portal number? In case you're just tuning in, this is Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. We give you an audio-visual radio experience that you can count on any time in the day. With Sadis and strong authority, we have a muscle-like authority right there, and as well as a bragging rights. And guess who gave it to us? You did. Right now, getting on to the WhatsApp now. I see quite a number of messages. I should take this one very quickly. This one says, good morning, UD. Good morning to you too. It says, this is James from Suleja. James, welcome aboard. It says, the rubber stamp Senate's telling the presidency Nigerians are losing patience is laughable. Since when do they speak for Nigerians? Let them speak for themselves and not using Nigerians as an excuse. I hope those who accuse Nigerians of complaining will also accuse the Senate of the same. There's a thin line between patriotism and sycophancy. Support for government where everyone who criticizes is tagged unpatriotic is sycophancy. Another day, another wave of attacks and killings, and this time of security personnel, and yet some minions downplay the insecurity situation, calling it pockets of attacks. In what universe does it make sense to create a ministry for livestock development when we are talking about merging ministries with duplicated functions? What happens to the Ministry of Agriculture? NNPC looking to take more loans to boost its finances. not to build refineries, not to improve any of its infrastructures, but to boost its finances in the face of an inexplicable scarcity which is crippling movement nationwide? All right, James, a lot of questions you're asking right now. Ooh, there's a lot of questions. All right, but thank you so much, James, for that one. I see you now talking about Samuel from Kuje right there. Says, good morning to you, my brother. Good morning to you too. Standing on all protocols. Thank you. It says, I'm Samuel from Kuje. Bandits and the havoc they are inflicting on us in this country is getting out of hand, and tomorrow they will come out to declare that they have repented and will be integrated into the society. Nigeria, my country, I hail you for allowing the innocents to be killed and the guilty ones going freely. Government should please do the needful. I rest my case. Have a great day, UD. All right, have a great day, Samuel. Have a great day. All right, this one says, yet another ministry, the one Buhari created, the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, allegedly cornered billions of naira. Another great avenue to embezzle taxpayers' money. Chinonso from Suleja. By the way, Udwak, you are doing amazing. Oh, look at the thumbs up right now, Chinonso. At least something very heartwarming now. Whew, because the other parts of your messages very carry fire. I'm just saying. Anyways, thank you so much, though. I see this one now. It says, good morning, Sir UD. Good morning to you, too. It says, please, can you throw more light on the Samoa agreement? All right. I went in search of the content. There was nowhere same-sex was legalized for countries who go into this agreement. Okay. It says in 2019, it was ratified to protect countries who are against same-sex. All right. But Nigeria is a society where people are so easily misinformed as they don't care to read and understand content on their own. Some people have been busy disinforming or misinforming themselves about this agreement in this jet age where you can search for any information needed. Our reps acting so what? Dupable? Or are you saying culpable now by jumping into issues without investigation? Is it preposterous you're trying to say now? Okay. Well, anyways, thank you, Abaz, reporting from Duce. Abaz says, anyways, Abaz, I'll throw in some light in that regard in a short bit. Now, I see this one. It says, give some people power. They get intoxicated. That is why they say absolute power corrupts absolutely. And Mefiele, a case study. Sanusi from Suleja, good morning, he says. All right, Sanusi, absolute power corrupts absolutely. You say, thank you. I see this one right now. It's coming from Lady B. Oh, Lady B, you didn't quite let me know where it is that you're messaging from. All right, I want to believe it's from Suleja. She says, good morning, brother Daniel. Good morning to you, sister. It's not smiling. Oh, God will help us, she says. Lady B, I understand. But man, try to corner one smile. Color B one smile and smile it as much as you can. Try, because if you don't, nobody will. It's left for you, I tell you. All right, but I know, in the words of Triple D, very, very positive, fellow, says, I believe we will get it rightly. I also believe in that, and I'm sure you believe as well. Yeah? All right, but we see this one now, and it's coming from Honorable Edwards from Apo. It says, good morning, Mr. UD, good morning to you. The creation of a new ministry by Mr. President has no meaning to me because we have already had Ministry of Agriculture. All these ministries are not doing anything apart from their minimum wage and introducing corruption to politicians, and we are here talking about cutting cost of running government. The creation of this ministry is political in order to attract votes in the next election from Fulanis and take fake Fulani herders who have been killing us, especially from Benue State. The best decision here is to ban open grazing and look for a solution for herders. That's what Honorable says now. All right, let's jump into the voice messages. Should we have the time, we would get back to the voice calls and take it, as fast as much as we can. Let's just start off with this one right now, coming from Usman Dora, if I'm not mistaken, and he has a message for us.
Good morning, Mr. Dr. Usman Dora is my name.
Good morning, Usman Dora.
Creation of Ministry of Livestock Development will not address herders, farmers class. It won't. Already, we have a department at the Ministry of Agriculture, a livestock department headed by a director. It's not working. You see, it's not about creations. Our system has collapsed. Our system is not working. Make the system effective. Make the system work. It's not about creating agencies, departments. No. We have everything, Mr. Odok. But our system is not working. The newly created Ministry of Livestock and Development the bad system will sink it, will demolish it, will collapse it. It's not about the system. Where will the government get the money to form this ministry? You have to appoint a minister. You have to appoint permanent secretary, director. Where are you going to get the money? We should be sincere. Continue borrowing money here and there. NPs are borrowing $2 billion now. For what? Borrow. What kind of government is this? Continue borrowing money blindly? It's unfortunate. I'm disappointed. We have this livestock department in all the states of the federation. It's not working. It's about our system. Our system is not working. Our system has collapsed. Mr. President, governors, our leaders, be serious.
All right, Usman Daura, I've got to let you go right there. You've overshot, but yes, you made your point, and it is loud and it is clear. Taking yet another one now.
Good morning, Ubrak. All our callers and listeners on this platform. My name is Eric. I think on this issue of minimum wage, like others have also said in recent past or advised that I think at this critical stage of our economy and country, as a people, who must be factual and realistic with ourselves, taking a universal, when I mean universal, of course, within the shores of Nigeria, minimum wage to cut across federal, state, and local government, I think is no longer practicable, because you look at even the federal government staffs, most of them are in the city centers, and I can tell you they even spend more on rent staying in the city center as compared to those in local government and all of that. So as you are paying them the same amount of money, and let's also ask ourselves, those local government staffs, most of them don't even go to their offices. I'm not trying to be insulting or anything. So let's work with what is practicable and applicable in other Senate clients. And honestly, the Minister of Power, yes, he has got a lot of lashes in few weeks ago concerning the power, but I think relatively the power has improved. In my own area, it has improved. Unlike before now, when it rained, after the rain for 2-3 days, there will be no light. Honestly, when it's raining, at times there will even be light. So honestly, let's commend him and that sector. I think there's an improvement. Thank you and have a beautiful day.
All right, thank you so much, Eric, for that one. Now, we would also look into yet another right about now in a short bit. But I want to say to you that this is Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, where we give you an audio-visual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. And we say this in strong authority. You can get across social media platforms and, of course, discover us, find us, meet us. We'll be glad to have engagement with you. On Facebook, it is at Eagles FM Abuja. On Instagram, it is at Eagles FM Abuja. On our YouTube channel, it will be at Eagles FM Abuja. On X, formerly Twitter, it is Eagles FM Abuja. And, of course, on TikTok, it is Eagles FM Abuja. Get across all of these platforms and find us live and sharp. We are there and we are live. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're still taking your reaction, and I've got a message via the WhatsApp portal, a voice note precisely, and I'm just gonna go. All right, I'm just going to go take it right now. Okay, so let's get on with it. Just trying to fix a couple here. Okay.
Good morning, Yudi.
Good morning.
The man with a golden voice. I celebrate you and thank God for the gift of life.
Right.
I want to comment on the former Senate president telling the president what is going on. Well, let him trace back to his administration and know how far and what he has done for this country. That is what we are saying. The law of karma is always real. Thank God he is part of the government, he is part of the system. From the beginning of the APC to this moment, he is part of them. I always hear our Nigerian country saying we are begging. Well, it is a natural resources that God has endowed us with, and some people just decided to catch it. They should remember, the day of accountability is coming. For me, I don't beg anybody, but I'm only telling them to do the needful, because one day is one day. Nigeria will become a better country one day.
Right.
Bless Nigeria. Good morning.
One day Nigeria will become a better country, he'll say. Well, the Samoa small island developing state accelerated modalities. I think that's what it is. Samoa. Yeah, the Samoa agreement is a UN agreement aimed at supporting small island developing states. That's what it means. It's aimed at supporting SIDS in achieving sustainable development. There are some facts about it. Adopted in 2014 at the UN conference on SIDS in Apia, Samoa, it recognizes the unique challenges faced by SIDs. SID simply means small island developing states, including vulnerability by climate change, sea level rise, and limited resources. Now, away from all of that, some of the high points is the fact that it emphasizes the need for sustainable and resilient developments in these SIDSs. It calls for increased international cooperation and support for SIDs. Focuses on areas such as climate change, disaster risk reduction, sustainable energy, ocean conservation, encourage the implementation of a sustainable development goals. That's the SDGs. Of course, Nigeria has been quite big, about the SDGs and all. But regarding concerns about plunging Nigeria into LGBT, that will be the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender issues. There is no direct mention of LGBT rights in the Samoa Agreement. Now, the agreement primarily focuses on sustainable development, climate change, and economic growth in small island developing states. However, some critics have raised concerns that the agreement's emphasis on human rights and gender equality might indirectly lead to the promotion of LGBTs rights in these regions or these kinds of countries that Samoa gives its services to, which could be quite sensitive issue for some countries. So the NBA saying they see nothing wrong. They have not seen any clause that indicts Nigeria in that regard. But then the reps are also saying, hey, we have to really review this and see to it ourselves. All right, let's just go hear it from our brother here.
Good morning, Udwa. Kalami here for Bapu Legislative Quarters. The news of the establishment of the Ministry of Livestock is a welcome development. However, I listened when I saw the news. I was the first I was one of the first that was very excited. Knowing the importance and the role to play in putting an end to the wanton killings between the farmers and the herders clash. However, when I now read the administration to establish the ministry, but media is already rolling out that the ministry administration to establish the ministry. But media is already rolling out that the ministry has already been established, and they are lost. I always talk about, yesterday I talked about nomenclature in journalism. Journalists do not just go throwing words around, because every word has its meaning in journalism. And then by that speech and what the president said, the ministry is not yet existing. It's an intention to establish it, but the media is telling us that
all right, you've overshot Alamin. You've overshot the mark right there. But yeah, the truth is, whether in the media or outside the media, the president is only showing intentions to put it together, and I think that's loud and clear. But Nigerians are just reacting and saying that, hey, they don't see the need for it. That's what most Nigerians are saying, while others are applauding it as it would end some of these issues within not just the farmer herders clashes and all of that. It would put right perspective and organization, or decorum, to issues of livestock farming in itself.